Good afternoon. Welcome to our Dell Music Lounge live audience. Say hello on the radio. Our Dell Music Lounge is obviously brought to you by our friends at Dell Technologies, presented by Lone River Ranch Water, and our live studio audience enjoyed lunch today from Hat Creek Burgers from the Domain North Side. So this gentleman, Matt Maeson, drove in for this. So there's no show tonight. So this is gracious of him to join us this afternoon to make this stop. And the last time we had Matt Maeson live on our air, it was during the pandemic. It was a Zoom performance and interview, what we called virtual Dell Music Lounge. It was awkward. But what we learned during that Zoom, and I kind of blew up his spot, he was living in Austin and had been living in Austin for a couple years. None of us knew that. I'm not sure how you kept that a secret. We'll talk about that in a moment. But he no longer lives in Austin. So there's that. Yeah.
What a plot twist.
Yeah, plot twist. All that before the music. So let's do this. Matt Maeson live on Austin City Limits Radio.
Lover, come over. Look what I done. I've been alone so long, I feel like I'm on the run. Lover, come over and kick up the dust. I got a secret. Started to rush. She said I'm looking like a bad man, smooth criminal. She said my spirit doesn't move like it did before. She said that I don't look like me no more, no more. I said I'm just tired. She said you're just high. I said I saw you in the water. Lover, come hold me. Heads on the fritz. Got the intoxicated feelings comfortably mixed. Lover, come hold me. Could you forget? I got a secret. Digging to death. She said I'm looking like a bad man, smooth criminal. She said my spirit doesn't move like it did before. She said that I don't look like me no more. I said I'm just tired. She said you're just high. I said I saw you in the water. I said I saw you in the water. Sweating all your sins out, putting all your thoughts back together. Oh, we just don't blend now. All of my attempts seem to weather. Oh, I make you cringe now. Don't I make you cringe? Oh, I make you cringe now. Don't I make you cringe? She said I'm looking like a bad man, smooth criminal. She said my spirit doesn't move like it did before. She said that I don't look like me no more, no more. I said I'm just tired. She said you're just high. I said I saw you in the water. Cool. The song's called Cut Deep. till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I I tried. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I try. Don't speak when I talk, man. Godspeed when I walk, man. I speak from my chest, man. I bounce back when I lost grip off for the rust. I'm just really trying to rock now. What you think I done for? And what you think I'm not strong? Well, I just try to move along. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I tried. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I try. I'm about to cause a damn ruckus. Now how you bleed when you bleed nothing, and how you sing when you can't trust them. Oh, Jesus, please let me feel something. That's why I had to be alone. That's why I don't pick up the phone. I just keep moving till I'm numb. Well, I just try to see the sun. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I try. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I try. Behind the wall, I harnessed my reprieve to try and see it all. I'm not scared to talk. They won't fix you, they ain't with you. They won't muzzle the mouth that just bit you. Cut deep and I'm still alive. I talk my till the day I die. 'Cause, oh, baby, I live. Oh, baby, I try.
Matt Maeson live on Austin City Limits Radio. The record's called Never Had to Leave. You did leave Austin, so let's talk about that. You were here. None of us knew it. Apparently, you were living at the Domain, then the East Side.
Correct.
And then you went off to Nashville.
And I moved to Nashville because we found out we were having a baby, and we were like, it's too much for a house here. And we wanted to be closer to family, too, which we're from Virginia, so.
All right. Well, you moved here because you enjoyed your time at South by Southwest.
Yeah, I mean, I came here for South by, and then I came here a few times for, like, promo stuff and then, like, tour stuff, and every time I came, I just loved it. The first time I was here, actually, was on a tour where I was just, like, living in my car and playing these, like, residencies that this company had throughout the country, and I played Scoot In, but it was the inside, and there were just, like, I think it was just the local people there, so it was just 7, like, middle-aged hammered dudes.
And you said, this is someplace I got to move.
And I said, these are my people, yeah. They look as sad as I do, yeah. And yeah, I loved it. And then I came here a few more times, and then my girlfriend at the time moved here, and I was like, well, I don't like LA anymore, so why not?
And the girlfriend's now the wife. There's a kid involved. You did all this during the pandemic.
Yes, yeah, we covered a lot of ground. Yeah.
Well, I'm sort of like fame itself. There's a couple of years that it takes for you to wrap your head around what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic, we're almost at that point where now we can go back and sort of figure out how it changed us. You were a guy who was already dealing with anxiety and substance stuff.
No, me?
So does the pandemic, I mean, it must have been particularly hard for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good thing because I'd been touring for like 3 years, just like always on. Like we were touring basically like 7-8 months out of the year for 3 years. So it was just like go, 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 go. And then also like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more successful, playing bigger shows, receiving all this validation and not having enough time to stop and really process things or stop and really look at myself. Because when you're in a position like that, everything is kind of set up for you, so you don't even have to think, you just do. You just have fun, play shows, don't care about the rest, but then you don't realize all that stuff that you're not paying attention to is kind of just stacking on top of each other. And so once the pandemic happened and everything stopped, I was just like, oh no. And then I started seeing a therapist. And then I ghosted that therapist. But then I started seeing another therapist.
About ghosting the past.
That's what it was about, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. The fatherhood thing's got to change you too.
Definitely, yeah. And I'm glad, like what I just said happened when it happened, because that helped me, sort a lot of things out where, even sorting that out, I still didn't feel prepared to be a father, but I can't imagine if I was just coming off of 2019, having a baby. That would be wild. But yeah, it definitely changed me a lot.
Speaking of anxiety, you're going to do this next run of dates just like this, completely solo.
Yep, there'll be a little more involved. We're thinking of doing like an electric with amps and some pedals, some acoustic, and then a piano too. But we're trying to figure out, because I hate playing keyboards, but to rent upright piano for this tour is it's like $30,000. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, we're figuring it out.
But you have a bad night, that's on you when you're the only guy up there.
Yeah, thanks, man. Didn't think about it like that, but yeah. No, I still I get a little nervous sometimes, but it's more just kind of like butterflies, excitement, because it's still my favorite way to play. And when I screw up, which never happens, right, but when it does.
If it did.
It just kind of makes it more fun, I just kind of acknowledge it and just as soon as you take the pressure off like that, it just gets way more enjoyable for me, which I think is more enjoyable for the crowd.
So at the end of the day, these solo shows, do you learn more about yourself and these songs from playing them that way, or is it you've got to sort of reinvestigate what they're about when you're playing them that way? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think for me, it's better to play them that way, because typically, for the most part, 90% of the songs, that's how I wrote them. But also, they just feel more, when you play with a band and stuff, there's so much more distraction. There's obviously lights and a full band playing and some track work and things like that. So it feels like more of a party situation. Whereas when we do these solo shows, it's obviously very intimate, and it's people are listening to the words more, which is really nice. Because I think for the majority of my fans, that's what they're listening for anyway. So,
I was downstairs a little while ago when you were sound checking, and I can hear it in the studio. And when you were performing the song with the cigarette line, Hallucinogenics, right. I heard that line sort of for the first time, because it just struck me when you were singing it this way. Mm-hmm. When there's a line like that, and what's that, the cigarette?
Cigarette,
I burned my
finger.
Yeah.
Because I forgot I lit it, yeah.
Is there a moment where that's the payoff, where the whole thing comes down to a line or two that you finally crack the code on? Is that the fun as a songwriter?
Yeah, the most fun is when you write a song and it's just a stream of consciousness, and it somehow falls together in the right way, because that's kind of how that was written. I ended up writing that song in 2 hours maybe, just sitting in a hotel room on a horrible come down. And it's just when I'm songwriting, I'm kind of just singing random lyrics. And sometimes I'll sing a phrase and be like, oh man, that's what this song's going to be about. And I sang those first lines, and then the rest of the song just kind of fell together.
And that's a song that took a couple of years, once it was out there, to even
actually,
catch
the
any
first
steam.
time I ever played that song was at South by Southwest in 2017. And then we didn't release it till halfway through 2018, I think.
And then it became a hit during the pandemic, of all things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, No longer living here, lives in Nashville, but gracious enough to join us this afternoon in our Dell Music Lounge. Once again, Matt Maeson, live on Austin City Limits Radio.
Speaking of screwing up, I like to, I've done a lot of these radio things, so I like to spice it up a bit. I'm gonna play a new song that I wrote like a few weeks ago that I've never played, and I wrote it on piano, so if I screw it up, get over it, this is free. Settle down. Why can't you exhale and settle down? Turn out the lights and be with me now. Be mine to hold. Be enough. Why can't you ever just be enough? Take all that weight and you hold it up. Never let go. You go write it out, what you crying about. You got all those eyes on you. Let that anger out. Who you blaming now? When that guilt does the thinking for you. And you can't get a grip, so you dig in your nails and you roll up your sleeves. But you hope that it fails, 'cause you've tried everything and it's too much to try anymore. So go write it out, what you crying about. You got all those eyes on you. Let that anger out. Who you blaming now? When that guilt does the thinking for you. And there ain't anything I can do to break through. And there ain't enough blood I could bleed out for you. You're a bottomless pit I keep falling into. Your insufferable split personality blues. Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogens. My cigarette burnt my finger, 'cause I forgot I lit it. Ripping with my sinners, 'cause you know that I ain't no beginner. And then I crawled back to the life that I said I wouldn't live. I just couldn't open up, I'm always shifting. Go find yourself a man who's strong and tall and Christian. Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogenics. My cigarette burned my finger, 'cause I forgot I lit it. Drunk in Seattle, 2 more plans and without a pattern. 'cause I just couldn't open up. I'm always shifting. Go find yourself a man who's strong and tall and Christian. Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogens. And then I crawl back to the life that I said I wouldn't live in. Because I carried on like the wayward son. And now through and through I have come undone. And now I am just but the wayward man. What with my bloodshot eyes and my shaky hands. 'Cause I carried on like a wayward son. And now through and through I have come undone. And now I am just but the wayward man. What with my bloodshot eyes and my shaky hands. Pushing past the limit, tripping on hallucinogenics. My cigarette burnt my finger 'cause I forgot I lit it.
Matt Maeson live on Austin City Limits Radio. Again, the record is called Never Had to Leave. Thank you for doing this. Appreciate it. And thanks to all of you who joined us in our live studio audience. Again, we want to thank Dell Technologies. Our Dell Music Lounge is presented by Lone River Ranch Water, and our lunch today came from the Domain North Side and Hat Creek Burgers. So, again, thanks to everyone involved, Bill Johnson, the crew, and I'm going to throw it back downstairs to myself.